Paulo Costa got a lot of rage towards Khamzat Chimaev, and that's because Khamzat texted his girlfriend apparently saying, "Your man is not man enough." He sent a picture of Adesanya and me. He said, "Look, he likes black men. You should look for a better man than him."
He sent me, I just sent a picture. He sent her, I just sent a picture. He say, "Look, he lost to Adesanya. He likes black men. He's the kind of not man enough. You should look for a better man than him." Something like that.
Costa and Chimaev were supposed to fight a couple years back, but Paulo Costa pulled out due to an elbow infection. But now things have changed. They're on different ends of the spectrum. Paulo Costa is towards the bottom of the rankings. Khamzat Chimaev is number 3 and fighting for the belt next month. Costa looked good winning over the weekend, a unanimous decision over Kopylov, but that's number 13 against number 14. So that Costa's towards the bottom of the rankings. Khamzat's at the top. They're not going to settle their differences in the cage anytime soon. Azamat Bakoya was supposed to take on Taurus Finny in a couple weeks on the August 2nd fight night card, but Finny pulled out of that fight. Now Usuri is replacing Finny to take on Bakoya. Bakoya was probably going to just stuff takedowns and try and knock out Finny, and if they fought, but now he's got to switch up his strategy. Against Usuri, I don't think he's going to want to strike with him. He's probably going to go for takedowns and end the fight on the ground. I expect probably a takedown and ground and pound finish for Bakoya. Azamat Bakoya says he knew that Finny would pull out, but doesn't confirm that he is fighting Usuri. From day one, I knew Finny wouldn't get into a fight. You could tell by his behavior he was scared. Currently, my management, Sucker Punch Entertainment, is working on organizing my new joint. On August 2nd, I'm ready to fight against any middleweight in the UFC. No confirmations yet, but as soon as the news emerges, you'll be the first to know. Stay tuned for updates. All will be revealed soon. Also on that August 2nd fight night card, Mateusz Rebecki's taking on Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan's a plus 330 underdog. He does well as an underdog, so he says, "Friends, assemble, time to make some cash." He has won his last 2 fights as an underdog via Gilly. He beat Balaji Oki by guillotine in the first round. Then in his last fight, he beat Jordan Vucenic by guillotine in the second round. So he's going to try and replicate that against Rebecki on August 2nd. Rebecki's coming off that war with Miktabek Orolbai. For Saturday's fight, I'll go with Petr Yan to win by points against Marcus McGee. I think the only way he'd lose is if he's just inactive, but Petr Yan should be able to comfortably take at least 2 of 3 rounds against McGee. Former UFC fighter Victoria Dudakova taking on Natasha Kuzitina at Ural FC 10 in Russia. Dudakova lost her last fight to Fatima Klein. Her opponent also lost to Fatima Klein in the past. Dudakova received some negative attention from that last fight because she slapped her husband and coach in the cage, but later she apologized publicly for it. Renato Money Moicano turned down the money from the antitrust lawsuit. Moicano says he turned down $200K from that settlement, but Brendan Shaw thinks he should have taken the money because it's going to get allocated anyway, and the UFC don't care.
Moicano, that money is getting allocated no matter what, buddy. No matter what. You being a company man and not taking it doesn't give you an inch of good grace with the UFC. This does not matter. There's guys that are more famous than you that are fighting right now that are taking their settlement. You will never make more money than when you fought Islam for the belt. That will never happen to you again. And your wife's pregnant. You have a kid. You're never going to be champion. And you want to give up $200,000. Just so you know, Moicano, Dana bets with $200,000 every night. Like it ain't shit. So if you think in his mind, he's going, well, Moicano didn't take the money, let's hook this guy up. You don't know the world, dude. And you're in the most cutthroat business in the world. And you're letting it pass you by. But you think you're being a good company man with a company that could give 2 fucks about you. It's mind-blowing.
The UFC doesn't care, but sometimes they will have more leeway and leniency and be more favorable to guys who are favorable to them. Like, for example, Sam Alvey had a long winless streak. If he was any other guy, he'd probably be cut during that period, but they kept him around, possibly, many people theorize, because he was very pro-UFC and very anti-union publicly, so that may have kept him on the roster longer. For Moicano, it was a matter of principle, he says, and he didn't do it for like any long-term benefit with the UFC, but it is possible maybe in the long term it helps him out. If they keep him on the roster longer, every time you have your contract renewed, you make more money, so maybe in the long run he'll get more than $200K. Time will tell. Kevin Holland on his fight with Daniel Rodriguez says, that boy was like a soap bar, but good boxing. Sorry for all the parlays. We effed up. Holland was the favorite in that fight, but he lost a decision. As far as being slippery like a soap bar, Rodriguez says that was just sweat, not grease or Vaseline or oil or anything like that. Kevin Holland's fought 4 times in 6 months. He wanted to fight 7 times this calendar year. He's got a 50-50 record this year, 2-2. Dustin Poirier thought his fight with Holloway was closer than some of the judges' scorecards, but after watching it, he says he felt differently and understood how they scored the fight for Max. And he also thinks it might be time to call it a day just because while he was fighting, he was thinking he's got to make sure that he's back home safe to his family, whereas in the past he was more willing to go into the fire with no concern of that at all.
And immediately my thoughts about what just happened, it was like, I thought I did enough. I thought I did. And then I got back and I watched it, like what you're feeling and going through in there, and then what you see as a fool from an outside view is 2 different things. I could see him winning rounds, throwing more volume, landing body shots, pulling away in rounds, so what I watched was different than what I felt. I just wanted one more battle, and he gave it to me. I think in there, I felt like in between rounds, talking to my boxing coach, I could have took more chances, but I was trying to protect myself at the same time, and I never really fought like that before. I would always put myself in harm's way to land the big shots, and this one I didn't. And maybe that's a sign that the decision I made was the right one.
Yeah, why? Any idea why that could have been? Is it just knowing, like, not wanting to get maybe finished brutally in your last fight or anything like that, or self-preservation?
Self-preservation, get home to my family safe, that type of thing.
Virna Jandiroba would like a title fight in Rio in October. Would love to fight for the belt in the UFC Rio card. Who do you think I should fight next? Weili Zhang, Mackenzie Dern, Tatiana Suarez. She is a #1 ranked strawweight. She should be fighting for the title, but they may do Weili going up a weight class and taking on Valentina Shevchenko. That woman genuinely creepy. Talking about Merle, Alex Pereira's ex. Very clear she has no integrity. Those eyes are insane. There's crazy eyes and then there's those. But she's good at what she does. She got Alex Pereira to propose to her, and it would have went through too if she wasn't married at the time. Just insane behavior. Alex changed her bum life and now doesn't want to let it go. How the F did D-Rod and Holland not get fight of the night? I would have picked that over Allen versus Vettori. I don't know how Holland and D-Rod survived that fight. It looked like it was going to be stopped on multiple occasions, but they gutted it out and it went the distance.